Good afternoon, everybody. This is Professor Hassey. Week 5, the halfway point of our Business 635 Managing Financial Resources. And week 5 means PowerPoint case number 2. That's our case for this week. You only have a week to do this, or even less than a week. Not the extra time as the case number 1, which I'm grading right now and will be posting the grades no later than Wednesday of this week. You have case number 2, and we're going to talk about case number 2 in this intro video today. This is the halfway point of our class, and I'm always looking for any feedback from our students about the content and how this platform is presented to you online. Please feel free to give me your comments in the discussion forum. Also, this week is our halfway point, and next week in week 6, I will be talking with each and every one of you, our students, online individually, just to check in with you and get your feedback and give you some feedback from me about the halfway point of our class. So towards the end of this week, pay attention to your email. I will be posting a schedule of times where I will have my WebEx session on, and you will join me individually to talk about the first half of our course. We will be doing this next week in week number 6, but we'll be scheduling the times this coming week, so stay tuned for that. Quite exciting. All right, our topic this week is risk assessment in capital budget decision making. In my introduction presentation in writing in week number 5, I've given you some pages in chapter 11 to concentrate on. Our next case, case number 3, will be a spreadsheet case. And in case number 3, you'll be doing a risk analysis of a capital budget analysis, more specifically scenario and sensitivity. My update video later on this week will concern itself with explaining that risk analysis. But first off, we want to talk about case number 2. Case number 2 was posted this morning. Today's Monday, and it will be available throughout the week, and you are to post your PowerPoint file by next Sunday, October 27th at midnight. This is a PowerPoint presentation of 3 questions. You are to have at least 1 PowerPoint slide per question, but at the same time, you're probably going to need more than that, and a maximum of 15 slides should be in this PowerPoint file. That's the maximum. You don't have any more than that, but some of you might have quite a few less, but that's all right too. It's the quality of the work. But this is a PowerPoint file. You're not going to be giving a presentation to anybody. You're giving the presentation to me in your PowerPoint file. Remember, one of the attributes of this class, one of the assessment items, is to present data. In case number 1, you did an APA paper format. Case number 2, it's going to be a PowerPoint. Case number 3 is going to be a spreadsheet. Case number 4, I haven't decided yet. So this is a PowerPoint, and it's going to your assessment, which I have included the rubric. Here's the rubric right here. In your case number 2 work, this is how I'll be grading it. I'm looking at these 3 areas: use of data, analysis and interpretation, case format, presentation, and grammar, the presentation of your slides. Because this is a PowerPoint format, the key is putting in bullets of information and data and then interpreting that. You don't have much time or much area to write in. It's like presenting to a group of people, but you're presenting it to me. There's our rubric on how we'll be grading this work. Back to the case. All right. 33% or a third is based on the presentation format. 1/3 of your grade is based on the data use. 1/3 is based on analysis and interpretation. 3 questions. One has to do with Chapter 6, Risk and Return. I would like you to rank these types of 5 typical investment alternatives. Rank them in order of risk. The highest risk and the lowest risk, or however you want to put it, but by the nature of the risk. And give examples of these types of investments. One example of this type of investment. Rank the risk of financing. Number 2, I'd like you to find a real-world example of a company getting capital, issuing an IPO, issuing a debt offering, bonds, finding private financing, Shark Tank. State the specifics of the deal, the company that's getting the financing, the date, the amount, who represented them as far as investment brokers. What was the reason for this capital call? Why did they want the money? Was it successful after the fact? Did they use that money to grow, to do something good, or was it a disaster? I'd like you to find one example of a real world capital format. For example, one could be, just off the top of my head, Facebook going public, IPO, getting capital by issuing an IPO. Just recently, a lot of companies have been issuing capital, getting IPOs, borrowing money. I'd like you to pick one and use that as your presentation of capital fundraising. And the third, I'd like you to talk about the capital structure of a company. What is the capital structure? Explain it. What is, and please define the cost of debt and the cost of equity. This also is from chapters 7 and 8 of your chapter. Give examples of these costs, give definitions. Give an example of the cost of debt. Show the calculation. Give an example of the cost of equity using the capital asset pricing model. Show an example in how you did it. So explain the capital structure of a company and what it means, and what does it share as the cost of that capital structure. Most importantly, the combination of debt and equity equals the weighted average cost of capital. So those are your presentations, those 3 presentations in a PowerPoint format individually. This is not a group project. Again, we will not have group projects in this class. Everything's individual. So you are to put this PowerPoint presentation together and post that file to Blackboard by next Sunday at midnight. If you have any questions on that, I have office hours on Thursday. You can send me an email, post to the discussion board, any information you need. I'll be happy to help you. But it's your job to find the data and interpret the data and give explanations and interpretations for each one of those 3 questions involving capital financing. So that's our case. Case number 2. Isn't this fun? I've begun to reread and grade case number 1, and you all did a very nice job. I like the data used. I like the explanation of the financial statements. It looks great. I will be posting that analysis or those grades no later than Wednesday, Thursday of this week, so you have an idea how you're doing. Again, this is another interesting type of case where you're on your own and gathering data, and how you present it is a key. How you show your interpretation in the PowerPoint format is what I'm looking for. All right, everybody, have a great week. I'll be back to you on Wednesday or Thursday with my midweek update talking about scenario and sensitivity analysis. Until then, enjoy your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.